Imagine building the perfect unbreakable vault to store your wealth. And then you realize the ground beneath it is just completely crumbling.
Yeah, that is exactly what it feels like right now.
Right. Welcome to today's deep dive. If you've glanced at your portfolio over the last 24 hours, you know the digital asset market is being stress tested to, well, to its absolute limit. Our mission today is to analyze this severe repricing. We are looking at a violent collision of institutional panic, corporate reality checks, and geopolitical friction.
It's a massive flush. I mean, we saw Bitcoin drop from roughly $80,480 down to around $78,755.
Which normally that's just a regular Tuesday in this space, right?
Exactly. Usually it's nothing. But because of how algorithmic systems are positioned right now, that relatively tight move triggered a huge cascade, like over $304 million in liquidations.
Wow. Just wiped out.
Completely wiped out, and you had traders who were just wildly overextended on longs getting flushed, which was amplified by a 2013-era whale waking up and moving like 1,000 dormant Bitcoin.
And what's crazy is this price action was mirrored by a historic net outflow from U.S. spot ETFs. We were talking about $635 million just rushing for the exits.
Yeah, the ETF ecosystem is acting a lot like a nightclub right now.
Oh, the nightclub analogy. I like that.
Right. So fast money macro funds are the people rushing the exit the second the music stops or, the second interest rates look elevated. But the VIPs in the back room, they're using the panic to buy the dip.
So who exactly are the VIPs here?
Well, look at the 13F filings. You have quants like Jane Street slashing their IBIT position by 71%. They're just harvesting delta-neutral volatility.
Just trading the chop.
Right. But then you look at traditional fiduciaries like JPMorgan, and they aggressively increase their IBIT holdings by 174%.
Wait, 174%?
Yep. They are quietly loading up for the long haul while everyone else is freaking out.
But that spot volatility, it doesn't just stay in the trading layer. It is fundamentally damaging corporate treasuries, right?
Yeah.
Like look at Nakamoto Inc.
Oh, man, that was an absolute disaster.
A $238.8 million gap net loss. And they had to permanently liquidate 284 Bitcoin just to cover operations.
Which completely shatters the illusion that you can just hold these assets infinitely without friction. I mean, they had an encumbered loan.
Right. They used Bitcoin as collateral for a rigid fiat loan.
Exactly. So the price drops, the lender demands more collateral, and suddenly Nakamoto is forced to sell at the absolute bottom just to keep the lights on.
Brutal. And this margin compression is forcing massive physical changes too. We're seeing huge miners like IBIT permanently pivot their thermodynamic infrastructure away from mining and toward AI cloud computing.
Which is a profound shift for the network's hardware.
But let me push back on that for a second. If the network's physical infrastructure is pivoting to AI compute, aren't they just becoming entirely captive to the global semiconductor supply chain?
Yes, 100%. And that connects directly to what we just saw at the Trump-Xi summit in Beijing.
Right, the Taiwan warning.
Exactly. While everyone in the U.S. was focused on Iran's shipping blockades in the Strait of Hormuz, Xi explicitly warned of conflict over Taiwan.
And Taiwan makes all the advanced microchips.
Right. So you inject the severe, completely unquantifiable tail risk into the exact hardware pipeline required for this asset class to physically exist.
So global geopolitics threatens the physical hardware, but domestic legislative warfare is threatening the financial software at the exact same time.
The Clarity Act markup today.
Yeah, the Senate Banking Committee markup, which is facing over 130 hostile amendments.
The two big ones are the Reid Amendment and the Warren Amendment. The Reid Amendment is backed by traditional banks and aims to ban stablecoin yields.
And the Warren Amendment wants to sever crypto entities from Federal Reserve master accounts.
Effectively trying to cut them out of the traditional banking layer entirely.
So I have to ask, is this amendment warfare actually about market stability? Or is it just legacy commercial banks terrified that stablecoins are going to drain their fractional reserve deposits?
I mean, you look at who is backing the Reid Amendment, and it's pretty clear the traditional banking cartel feels incredibly threatened by decentralized, high-yield alternatives.
They just want to protect their deposits.
Yeah.
So to summarize for you listening, you have algorithmic distribution punishing the over-leveraged, you have Beijing threatening the physical hardware pipeline, and you have Washington trying to cut off the financial software.
It is a massive systemic stress test from every angle.
Which leaves you with this provocative thought. If the future of a supposedly decentralized asset now explicitly depends on U.S. Senate committee markups and the physical military security of the Taiwan Strait, has the original dream of a truly sovereign, uncensorable financial network already been permanently compromised. Maybe that perfect autonomous machine was always plugged into the grid.